This is Nightline.
Tonight,
Don't crowd, people.
witness to Diddy on trial.
This is the real life Hunger Games. This could be a reality TV show, all the drama in the line.
The case against Sean Combs continuing to captivate. Why getting in is one of the hottest tickets in town.
All the defense has to do is wiggle a little bit of doubt into that jury's mind.
Keep him in there for all of eternity, and after eternity, keep him in there some more.
One woman's startling testimony that he dangled her off a 17th floor balcony and then slammed her into a table. Combs denying all charges. And tonight, what his former music arch rival, Suge Knight, is saying from behind bars. Plus, Keanu Reeves.
I'm not leaving.
Your choice.
Back on the big screen as everyone's favorite assassin inside the John Wick spin-off, Ballerina. How fans greet the man behind the Matrix.
I do get like, nice to see you, Mr. Wick. Once in a while, I'll get an excellent.
Excellent!
What's next for Keanu?
Is there a chance we're going to see a John Wick 5 with you back in the suit?
And wicked cool sequel.
I'm off to see the wizard.
The just dropped trailer that'll leave you spellbound.
From ABC News headquarters in New York, this is Nightline.
Thanks for joining us. Tonight, jaw-dropping new details in the Sean Diddy Combs trial. One woman claiming that he dangled her off a 17th floor balcony. The riveting testimony, the fame and notoriety of some of the witnesses, and the small number of people granted entry, all creating a daily frenzy as those hopeful for seats jockey for position in line, some blogging to their many followers.
It's week 4 of the Sean Diddy Combs trial.
Don't crowd, people.
And the case continues to captivate. Bloggers like Tisa Tells has been at the Manhattan Federal Courthouse every day since day one.
We are live from the Sean Diddy trial. I don't feel like
sharing unfiltered updates with her 500,000 YouTube subscribers.
Today's testimony is going to be very exciting.
Combs, the music legend turned impresario, is facing sex trafficking, prostitution, and racketeering charges. He denies the allegations. The case rocking the music industry and shocking fans, setting social media ablaze.
First day of the Diddy trial, and they already said Sean Combs is putting on.
All the defense has to do is wiggle a little bit of doubt into that jury's mind. Make the jury think, wait, something's really not adding up.
Keep him in there for all of eternity, and after eternity, keep him in there some more, because we don't need him coming out in the afterlife.
And in person, swarms of people standing on line for hours just to get a seat in the courthouse that will decide the mogul's fate.
Outside court, it's a curious cast of onlookers, a combination of reporters and bloggers and the curious.
We're here for justice, but we're also here because we're a little crazy. It is 6:45 in the morning.
One of them, Tisa.
This is the real life Hunger Games. Since the beginning, I'm saying this could be a reality TV show, all the drama in the line. There are outbursts, there is fainting, there are line sitters, both professional and unprofessional line sitters, and there's even drama with that. I hope that I'm doing you guys proud.
She's known for covering buzzy topics like the Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni saga.
Emails showing that Blake was plotting to cut Justin out of his own movie, the one he bought the rights to.
And the Drake-Kendrick Lamar beef.
Kendrick clowned the mess out of you.
I feel like I'm adding something valuable to the conversation by giving it kind of like an eagle eyes, kind of your best friend. It literally is like pop culture's Camelot. Even if people aren't into the trial, the things that have been coming out in this, even if you don't want to care, you're like, wait, what happened?
Taking the stand today, Brianna Bana Bongolan, an aspiring fashion designer who had created cover art for some of Combs' ex, Cassie Ventura's, albums. Last year, Bongolan filed a $10 million civil lawsuit against Combs, alleging sexual battery and gender-based violence, allegations Combs denies. She says that Combs dangled her from a 17-story balcony in 2016 and that Combs gained entry into Ventura's apartment, grabbed Bongolan, and fondled her chest. She says he then lifted her on the banister of that balcony. Allegedly seen in this photo included in her complaint. In court saying, for a split second, I was thinking about if I was going to fall. But for the most part, he was yelling at me, so I was trying to answer him. He kept repeating like, you know what the you did. Another image showing the table Combs allegedly slammed her into. The prosecution asking, sitting here today, do you have any idea what he was talking about? Bongolan answering, still have no idea.
The jury saw pictures of the bruise on her leg with a puncture wound in the middle of it and they also saw a picture of her back all bandaged up. Her testimony may help prosecutors convince the jury that this is why Cassie Ventura felt coerced into sexual activity she said she did not want, because the prosecutor's theory may go, she saw what Combs was capable of, the kind of violence.
Bongolan also recalled another instance before the premiere of The Perfect Match when Ventura FaceTimed her. This photo ahead of the event showing Ventura wearing sunglasses, something she previously testified she would wear to hide bruised eyes. She just panned from one side of her face to the other. The prosecution questioned, "What did you see when Cassie panned from one side of her face to the other?" "Her black eye. I was a little quiet, and I remember saying, 'I'm sorry.'" Just 2 days earlier, that graphic scene of Combs assaulting Ventura as she attempted to escape, caught on hotel surveillance footage.
Brianna Bongolan, she remembered Combs threatening her, "You know I could kill you," and also came into an apartment and hurled a knife, she said, at Cassie Ventura. On cross-examination, the defense really questioned whether this happened because Bongolan testified she couldn't remember exactly where it happened, exactly when Combs came into the apartment, where he got the knife.
She was pivotal because it reminded us that, you know, this isn't just a jealous boyfriend, but also she really just showed how credible she was. And I think the defense really had a tough time, and I think they thought this would be another victory lap, and it just wasn't. So I think that her testimony shows not only the cruelty, but also the way that they tried to pay her off.
Through the weeks of testimony, one man has loomed large, even as he remains locked up in a prison more than 2,500 miles away. His name mentioned more than 50 times in trial, viewed by many as Combs' chief competitor, Death Row Records founder Suge Knight. His label, known for iconic songs like California Love. Knight is speaking out from behind bars where he's serving a 28-year sentence for a fatal hit and run. Knight telling ABC News Combs' sexual appetites were an open secret beginning in the 1990s.
Everybody knew that Puffy didn't just pop in the industry and say, "Hey, I want to have sex with everybody."
The so-called rivalry between Combs and Knight, notoriously marked by the shooting deaths of Biggie Smalls and Knight's artist Tupac Shakur. It's come up at trial. Capricorn Clark became Combs' assistant after working for Knight and testified that on her first day, Combs took her to Central Park. He told me he didn't know that I had anything to do with Suge Knight, and if anything happened, he would have to kill me.
A lot of people might say, well, Capricorn could have did anything else she wanted to do. She did try. If you go get a job at Universal and Puffy make a phone call, you're not getting that job. If you go get a job at a talent agency or in the movie business and Puffy makes that call, your career is over.
Knight recalled Clark telling him she had been warned by another record executive not to tell on Puffy and that she was allegedly paid for her silence.
Suge Knight and Diddy have biblical beef, you know? And just because he is in jail does not mean he has stopped it. Just because Suge Knight obviously is not a fan of Diddy does not mean that he doesn't know a lot. You know, he's almost like, he's an evil villain Encyclopedia Britannica of who, what, where, when, and why.
Knight expressed some sympathy for Combs.
I don't feel that they should take Puffy and lock him up and throw away the key. I think he can do so much good right now. Him telling the truth about the industry.
The trial is expected to go several more weeks.
There's also this open question whether Sean Combs himself testifies in his own defense. The defense has asked the judge for extra time with Combs to review exhibits, perhaps also to prepare him for eventual testimony if he so chooses.
If convicted on all charges, Combs faces a maximum sentence of life in prison.
How will it end? We'll have to see it. I think the prosecution has proven their case, but there is that wild card because you only need one person to say, I don't care, this is what it is.
And when we come back, we're going to switch gears. We're one-on-one with Keanu Reeves, why the 60-year-old star of the John Wick blockbusters says he'll never slow down.
Congratulations on 45 years, Nightline.
Welcome back. In his 40-year film career, Keanu Reeves has arguably helped bring the word dude to popularity, trended up Matrix-style leather trench coats, and revealed on-screen the humanity of a hitman. Now he's back in front of the camera in a John Wick spin-off and sat down with our Chris Connolly.
Whoever comes, whoever it is, I'll kill them. I'll kill them all.
As the haunted assassin John Wick, Keanu Reeves has spearheaded this wildly profitable, non-stop action franchise, dispatching scores of henchmen and downplaying the chit-chat. What do you feel is John Wick's code?
I always talk about the characters John and John Wick. John Wick the assassin and John the man. And I think that we can feel that John the man is moral, ethical, a good person, a good man. There's a respect for that man. But they fear the John Wick, the assassin part of him.
His fan-favorite character now making an appearance in the new spin-off from the world of John Wick, Ballerina.
Why didn't you leave?
I'm working on it.
How does it feel to be 60 and still doing this at such a high level?
Well, that's kind of you to say. Having the chance to play John Wick in Ballerina and be 59.
We can tell the difference, yeah.
You can, it's subtle, but it's true.
3, 2, 1, go!
Besides playing the brooding gunman, Keanu also serves as an executive producer on Ballerina.
I'm not leaving.
Your choice.
Acting alongside star Ana de Armas, the film set during the events of John Wick Chapter 3.
How do I get out of here?
The front door is unlocked.
I came in, she'd already started filming, gone through all her training. So I was the kind of like the slow guy. I was the old vet.
How do I start doing what you do?
The scene that we have, she's kind of asking me, how do I do what you do? And I'm just like, basically.
Looks like you already have.
But with that comes a kind of sadness. Like this might not end well.
Nearly 40 years after his first film role, Keanu might be more beloved by audiences than ever. The irresistible Bill and Ted movies might have earned him a fan base first.
Excellent!
Along with edgy indies like My Own Private Idaho.
It's all right so long as the photographer doesn't, come on to you.
And supporting parts in mainstream comedies like Parenthood.
Can I speak frankly, no holds barred?
Then came the box office hits that transformed his career, like 1994's Speed.
Everyone on this side of the bus now!
And 1999's The Matrix, whose groundbreaking visuals and storyline braided perfectly with Keanu's own affinity for the otherworldly. The success you've had with John Wick and its films really reminds me of how on fire you were when we talked the first time about The Matrix.
Yeah, there are two projects that changed my life. Personally and creatively.
Is that the movie that gets yelled out to you the most, or the line that gets yelled out to you most on the street?
What do I mostly get? If John Wick's around, and I do get nice to see you, Mr. Wick. I get some Mr. Wicks, which are cool.
Still, Keanu has retained his mystique and enigmatic allure with an out-of-the-public eye persona that feels genuine and authentic at a time when little else is. What does that mean, that your audience is proud to have stayed with you these many years and has that affection for you?
Yeah, I get to feel that sometimes on the street, the way people say hi or, and I think part of that is the chance with the characters that I've had to play.
You lead with a kindness and a reserve that I think...
That is true. That is to my nature. I'm pretty shy. Respecting others is in my kind of fabric. Until I know otherwise, then, you're going to get that.
He's also seen a burst of creativity, starring in new non-Wick projects, like the video game Cyberpunk 2077, and films like Always Be My Maybe. Writing a comic book and a novel, producing an award-winning documentary series about Formula One, even voicing a Sonic the Hedgehog character.
You're a colorful bunch.
You didn't have to work that hard at this age. You could sit back on your laurels and take, one movie at a time.
I wouldn't have all these opportunities if I didn't have the career I've had. I mean, I will say, from my 50s, early 50s, I did feel like that kind of, do as much as you can before you close your eyes. And hopefully I'll be doing it when I'm 68 and look like you.
This fall, the man who turned down Speed 2 to play Hamlet in Winnipeg will make his debut on the Broadway stage, starring in Samuel Beckett's classic Waiting for Godot, alongside his old Bill and Ted buddy. You're going to Broadway with Alex Winter.
I know. Oh, how
What
good
does
is
that feel like?
That's like a gift from heaven.
What are the values that are most important to you, especially that you've developed in the last few years?
I mean, I didn't know I was going to have just,
I know.
Like my being. Marcus Aurelius. Well, you can get my aphorisms from Keanu on living, loving, learning to live and love. I haven't written that book yet. I think maybe my life is still trying to live that book.
A book and a life already filled with so much love from fans, wondering if still more somehow awaits inside that John Wick suit. Is there a chance we're going to see a John Wick 5 with you back in the suit?
I don't know. I mean, I think you can never say never. I love the role. I love the films. I mean, the guy died. He died.
Maybe.
Okay, there's a little maybe, but he
was ambiguous.
I mean, ambiguous enough, I guess, just so that it wasn't such a downer for everybody. Give him a little, it's kind of like John Wick itself, like a little ray of hope. But I don't know.
Our thanks to Chris. From the world of John Wick, Ballerina is out in theaters this Friday. When we come back, the return of the wonderful world of Wicked, the magical new trailer.
The wonderful Wizard of Oz. No one believed in you more than I did. Elphaba.
And finally tonight, Elphaba and Glinda set for a spellbinding return. The brand new trailer for Wicked for Good dropping just hours ago.
Just come in before the monkeys spot you.
The sequel to the wildly successful original, seeming to feature Glinda and Elphaba teaming up.
Think of what we could do together.
With plenty of magic moments.
It's time for both of us
to fly!
And showing the enduring power of love.
You're the only friend I ever had.
Wicked for Good hits theaters this November.
I'm off to see the wizard.
Let the countdown begin. That's Nightline. You can watch all of our full episodes on Hulu. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. Thanks for staying up with us. Good night, America.